I don't get why dating is so hard these days, especially if you find somebody you like and you vibe and they feel like a match. I don't know why. It's really hard to find that. And then once you do, there's external factors of why it won't work. It sucks. It's like, I don't understand why it's so hard just to find a companion that you want to spend your time with, that you enjoy.
The reason why it is so hard for you is because you waited until you were 40 plus years of age with children to find a man to have a serious relationship with. Guys, I do not feel sorry for these women who say that they're looking for a companion, they're looking for somebody to share their life with, when they could have had this the entire time since they were like 20 years of age. Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you are all doing well. So on today's episode, courtesy of Manosphere, we are going to be taking a look at modern women who are hitting the wall, girls who are aging out, who are finding that men don't want to date them, and a lot of them are getting incredibly desperate. So guys, before we jump into today's episode, don't forget to subscribe to Manosphere, the creator of today's video, and without further ado, let's just jump right in. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
Public service announcement. If you're a big guy and you have tattoos and a beard and like to cuddle, come here, let me love you.
Oh, I think you're a really great girl, but nobody cares. Ghost me. Spare me. I was doing fine. I thought you passed away.
Oh man, it's finally nice to meet you. Did you go to therapy? No. No. No, okay. Alright. Bye.
So I've been dating this guy for about 7 months, and today we were hanging out and he asked, why don't you have a boyfriend?
Where do you live?
In the city.
Do you have a house?
Apartment.
Own or rent?
Rent.
What do you do for a living?
Lots of things.
Where's your office?
I don't have one.
How come?
I don't need one.
Where's your wife?
Don't have one.
How come?
It's a long story.
Do you have kids?
No, I don't.
How come?
It's an even longer story.
Isn't it interesting, guys, how the list of requirements and the standards that a lot of women have for themselves only just manifest themselves when these women reach 30 plus years of age? You know, they would take anything, you know, they would go out, they would have their fun. It doesn't matter if the guy has a million red flags, okay? It doesn't matter what he has, but when she hits 30 years of age or she has some kids, all of a sudden it's time to look for a guy who wants to build a connection. Who wants to build a connection, right? Or who's supportive, you know, wants to build together, grow together. I mean, pick your choice of words, guys. The lists of requirements start coming in when they're 30. And make no mistake, by the way, okay? Just because women have these requirements only exist for the men that they're not attracted to anyway. They'll continue to get with the bad boys. They're just looking for a man who's going to, you know, bail her out, so to speak.
How come?
It's a long story.
Do you have kids?
No, I don't.
How come?
It's an even longer story.
Someone asked me today if I'm taken.
Oh boy.
I'm like, you bet I am. Taken for granted every damn day.
You know, the fucked up part is you can go to the moon and back for someone. And they'll have the audacity to say, I never asked you to.
Welcome back, guys, to a new episode of Women Hitting the wall. No man on earth can make me fall. And if you are new to my channel and enjoy my content, a sub would be really appreciated.
Some advice from an older TikTok chick, yeah? If God is having you wait, if He is having you wait for someone or something, get ready. Because you're about to receive something that you've never even dreamed of. And that's pretty rad. It's okay to wait. Trust God.
Thank you. Come again.
Yes, ma'am, but how do you know God didn't send a lot of good men your way and you rejected them because you decided to wait for something better?
Something really funny about a lot of these videos is that women will get this idea in their head that no matter what age they are, somebody's going to come along and somebody's, she's going to have her Prince Charming in the end. That guy who's very muscular, who's 6 foot, who makes a lot of money, oh, he's going to come around and he's going to realize what he has lost and he's going to return to her. She's going to find her Prince Charming. But that's not the case. What ends up happening, guys, is a lot of women will go out there, they'll realize that they need help, and they will marry a guy, or they'll get with a dude who they don't respect, but they view as a means to an end. Okay? And women are allowed to do this with things like marriage, guys. They can marry men who they don't respect, who they don't love, and simply divorce him a little bit down the line and take him for all of his possessions and any kids that those two have together. I find it amazing, guys, that we have these videos where girls will say, oh, I'm just waiting for my Prince Charming so I can have some kids and build a family. And she's like 35 years of age. It's getting dangerous for you to produce a family. Chances are you probably can't, right? And, these videos keep coming out.
Do you know what I'm really tired of? Men f***ing with me. I separated from an 18-year marriage in my early 40s. I'm 50 now. And the few men that I've dated, they were so undecisive. And the games they play, seriously, man, you're in your late 40s, almost 50, don't f around. Like, seriously, don't play games. It's getting so annoying. I'm so tired of this shit. I would have expected it to be easier as I got older. Men, stalking around with women, okay? Be honest, because you know what? TikTok, you're getting older too,
I covered this woman a while ago, guys, on the channel. Some of you guys may remember. But I don't have sympathy for women who leave their very long relationships to go back out into the dating world and then complain that things have gotten harder. They've gotten a lot harder for you, sure. When you go back out into the dating market as a 40-year-old woman, you're going to not get nearly the same amount of attention as you did when you were 20, okay? But to say it's the same for men, absolutely not the case. A lot of guys, when they get older, it takes time for men to build up and to become things that women actually want to be with. It takes time to build a very good physique. It takes time to develop confidence, all this kind of crap. It takes time to, look good and build yourself up as a guy, okay? Guys do not age the same as women. Yes, there's a cap-off point eventually, right, as with anything, but this girl complaining how she's 40 and, the men aren't getting any younger, etc. A lot of guys in their 40s absolutely just demolish with younger women, and the older women are incredibly jealous of crap like this. Like the guys who are 35 to 40 and they know exactly what they've been doing, they've been working hard, they're jacked out of their mind, they make good money. These are the guys who are sometimes, the biggest players who will never, go out here and commit to women, especially if those men have been married before and realize just how much of a risk it is and, maybe you've gone through and lost a lot of their things beforehand.
I swear, guys, each time I make videos about women hitting the wall, they all swear so much. I'm trying not to get demonetized or age restricted, and I have to edit each 15 seconds because they swear more than a man. I think it's because they are so bitter about their situation.
Guys, make sure that you go and subscribe to Manosphere. Okay, just search in his channel on YouTube. It's a very great channel. He puts in a lot of effort into these videos. He has to listen to this crap multiple times, go through, edit it, and then rewatch it and respond to each clip. It's actually an insane amount of effort, so props to him, guys. Make sure to go and subscribe to him.
How can anyone find attractive a woman that swears 4 times in a minute?
What the heck am I doing? I'm currently driving up the M1 to Newcastle to meet a Tinder date, and I don't even think he's going to show. A really, really long story, but basically I've been messaging a guy for a month, and 2 weeks ago we planned to meet up and he cancelled on the day. Anyway, we didn't talk for a couple of days, and then we got back in touch, and it's come around that we were going to meet up today. He even called me this morning and made plans, like, let's go to this beach. I'll meet you there, blah, blah. 45 minutes after the phone call, we said, I was like, I can't. Ordinarily, I'd be like, okay, not going to work. When this guy messaged me on Tinder, he knew stuff about me, and he was like, hey, are you Rebecca? Is your family name this? Did you live here in the UK? And I'm like, yes, how do you know this about me? And it turns out that our paths had crossed before. And as I said, first time we were meant to meet up, he pulled out. And now he's done it again today. Like, it was literally 45 minutes after we spoke on the phone and made plans. And he's like, I've got social anxiety. I'm really nervous about meeting new people. I'm obviously not ready for dating.
Ma'am, I can tell you for sure he doesn't have social anxiety. He just has other plans and doesn't want to meet with you.
And guys, this is what women do when they're actually interested in you. Okay, this woman is literally driving 2 hours to meet a Tinder date that she randomly met. And I would also wager that she's probably lying and she probably knew this guy and did recognize him. And the reason why she tried to match him again and get back with him was because she's still attracted to him. You know, it's funny, guys, like a lot of girls will try and downplay crap like this. They'll say things like, oh, I didn't recognize that it was you, or I didn't know who I was talking to, etc. But I would guess that this woman knows exactly the fact that she was talking to the same man that she was talking to previously.
Why is dating so hard? Why is dating so hard? I was talking to this man that I met in real life. Can you believe that? Like, in real life actually happens. I didn't know it still happened, but I work at this little market and he came in and like I fixed him hot dogs and give him beer and do that stuff. And you know, we started talking for about a week, a little talky talk. And then all of a sudden comes out the objectification of women. Like, if you're just newly talking to someone, why are you going to tell them that you're going to have a party where there's like jello wrestling? And then why are you going to tell that person how you used to have like a house cleaner who would do it in her bikini? Like, and not expect me. And also, why are you going to be talking to someone and then their kid has heart surgery and you come back with like flirty, sexy texts? I'm just trying to get through my life here, bro. Like, I don't exist for you. Oh, I got so mad I got spit on my lip. So, you know, here we are, the audacity of men.
No, ma'am, you got it wrong. It's the audacity of Chad. I'm sure a normal man doesn't do parties with jello wrestling or have a housekeeper in a bikini. And he's talking this way with you because he doesn't care. He has 10 other women who he talks to the same way.
And you know, she's sitting here complaining about the objectification of women, okay? Saying that this guy is bad, you know, he objectifies women. You understand you don't have to talk to him, right? You know, this guy who's awful, who objectifies women, you don't have to speak to him if you don't want to. And guys, like, it's funny because the man does not care what this woman thinks. That's why I agree with Manosphere 100%. It's what I was going to say right after this clip ended, is that the man doesn't care about you. That's why he's talking about other women, that he doesn't care about what your child is going through. I believe she said, you know, slipped in there that she's a single mother. This guy who you met, I don't know what it is, man, but girls seem to get this idea that, like, guys just care about their children that isn't theirs. For the most part, really, guys, men who have self-respect are really not interested in kids that are not theirs. They're not interested in raising another man's kids. They're not interested in providing for another man's kids. That's fantastic that you have one, but for men to come along and actually care, yeah, you're going to be struggling for that one.
I don't get why dating is so hard these days, especially if you find somebody you like and you vibe and they feel like a match. I don't know why. You know, it's really hard to find that. And then once you do, there's external factors of why it won't work. It sucks. It's just like, I don't understand why it's so hard just to find a companion that you want to spend your time with, that you enjoy. There's this guy that we like each other. It feels like we're two peas in a pod, peas and carrots, as he says. And now his mom doesn't think it's a good time for him to date because he's got 2 kids. As do I. It's so frustrating. I'm so frustrated. I'm sad.
First of all, that man with 2 kids listening to his mom at his age is a moron. You are a man, you should make your own decisions in life. If your mom has to tell you what's good for you or not, you have failed as a man. And ma'am, you are right, it's tough at your age with 2 kids to find the man. But it wasn't hard in your 20s. You just chose the wrong man, or you got bored with your husband and divorced him.
Single mothers always have a habit of doing this stuff in videos. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but if you come across single mother videos, what they do is they do all of the complaining at the beginning. They explain the situation that makes themselves look like a victim, and then they slip in at the end that they're a single mother. So the woman that we saw earlier, the one that was crazy, not that that narrows it down, but the one with the beanie, with the blue hoodie on, you know, she slipped in that she was a single mother after the fact. This woman says after the fact that she mentions how dating is hard and, you know, there's this guy and he also has children. That's when she chooses to say that she's a single mother. The reason why girls do this, guys, is because they like to minimize the reasons that actually require them to take any sort of self-accountability. Because they would like to be able to come on camera and say, you know what, none of this is my fault. I am magically, as a woman in the year 2023, magically single at the age of 40 plus, and you know, it's not really my fault and it's just so incredibly difficult and I don't understand. And this comes too late to a lot of women, guys. I'm sure you guys have all seen, you know, podcasts, for example, like Fresh and Fit, or where you'll see girls get on camera and they'll say things like, well, I don't care about what a man wants. I'm not interested. You know, I'm living my life for me. And this is the result of what happens when they're 40 plus years of age. You can choose to not care about what men want. You can choose to ignore everything, but you can't ignore the consequences of reality. Let's keep going with the video.
Welcome to the island of misfit boys.
Holy.
I had 5 dates this weekend, 2 on Friday, 1 Saturday, and 2 today. And I'm exhausted. But out of those 5 dates, it was with 4 different guys, 4 different misfits. Getting tired of this. I've given my number to 85 different guys since July 3rd. And I am still painfully single because there is not a piece of, other than pieces of out there. So sick and tired of this. Why can't men just be decent? Getting sick of this crap. Date after date, wasting my time. Guy tonight absolutely wasted my time. We've been out twice for happy hour, and tonight, again, just drinks. That's it. That's all he ever wants to do. Sorry, but I don't want to be with someone who only wants to drink. Don't waste my time.
Wait. She met with 85 guys since July. Guys, I think I'm doing something wrong here. If a woman like that can get 85 dates, and a normal guy can't get any dates, what's happening to the world? I think it's overrun by Sims. And she even says, don't waste my time. Like she was the one paying for all the dates.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You know, when she first started the video, the first thing I thought to myself is, I wonder how many men are sitting here watching either Manosphere's video or my video, you know, who look significantly better than this woman, who are like, you know, who hit the gym, who are good-looking guys, who can't even get a fraction of the amount of dates that this woman has. Okay, and yet she's the one sitting here complaining that all men are terrible. It's not that all men are terrible. The reason why, guys, what girls will do is that a lot of them have a very overinflated sense of where they sit in the dating market. Okay, this girl in her head, I'm sure she thinks that she's something fantastic. So what she's doing is she's also shooting for guys who are, you know, really high up there, who maybe have a decent amount of money, who look quite good, etc. And of course, none of them are going to commit to this woman. She's unhealthy, she has a poor attitude, okay? And then she wonders why she's single and all men are terrible. It's just that it's not that all men are terrible. The men that you are chasing do not want to commit to you. That's the difference.
Time. Like,
It can be really hard to stay positive when it comes to dating. I just keep telling myself I met a couple good guys so far, so hopefully, you know, I mean, I don't know that they're going to end up to be anything, but maybe some friends out of it. Being a woman dating sucks because there's things, we have all the normal stuff to worry about when you go to meet somebody, right? Like, are they going to like me? Are they going to think I'm attractive? Like, are we going to hit it off? Like, all of the things that men and women worry about when they go on a date. But we add a layer to us, and that is, are we going to be okay? And last night was a perfect example of that. So I go on a date with a guy. I get there. He is literally 6'11". I'm not even exaggerating. That's how tall the man is. I'm 5'3". We get in there. We start talking about life, whatever. Then the sexual innuendos start, right? And so I'm like, okay. And I keep trying to redirect the conversation. And I can't really keep it redirected because that's where he keeps coming. It's, you know, telling me things like my height isn't the only thing that's big, shit like that. How he kisses, how good his lips are going to feel on me, all of this shit. And I'm like, keep trying to redirect this conversation. So finally I say to him, hey, you know, if you look at my bio, it says, like, I'm not looking for hookups. I feel like that's what you're looking for. Maybe this isn't a good fit. And he leans over and he says to me, doesn't matter what it says in your bio. You're on Tinder. It's a hookup site. If you don't want to hook up, you should probably get on Match.com. So obviously, date's done. And I get up to leave. Walk the outside. Standing on the curb, this man turns around, grabs me, lays one on me. Now, what am I going to do about it? He's 6'11". I'm 5'3". I let it get over with. I get in my car and I can leave and block him on everything. It's not that women are jaded. It's not that we're walking around hating men. It's that we have to be really careful because some men believe they have the right to talk to you, touch you, any way they want. And then act like you like it. Act like you're a match. Because what he said to me when I got into my car is, this is really going to be a good thing. I can feel it.
1-900-9099-CRY. First of all, ma'am, you sweared 14 times in less than 3 minutes. And yes, Tinder is a hookup site. And yes, he was in the wrong for doing that and not getting the message. But why did you agree to go out with him in the first place? It's clear that he was out of your league. That's why he acted like that. That's why he talked like that. What makes you think that Prince Charming is going to date you or marry you? I'm sure if you went on a date with an average man, he wouldn't have acted like that. But of course, you don't want average men.
I would also like to add to this particular video how I agree with the guy who said, it doesn't matter what's in her bio, man. It really doesn't. I think if this man had have gone on the date, now obviously it was wrong for what he did. He didn't have to kiss her when she didn't want to be. If he had have went on the date and said nothing, right? Didn't go really forward with it. It probably would have ended up in a hookup anyway. Okay, but girls, what a lot of girls do, guys, is what they'll do is they'll make martyrs out of men who are too direct, right? So they'll say, oh, look what this terrible man did, look at this awful guy. But, you know, had he have said nothing, she probably would have, you know, continued down that line of hookups and etc. And this is, again, coming from women who consistently complain about dating, consistently complain about men not committing to them, and they are all out here on hookup applications. Guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. And as always, guys, don't forget to take care of yourselves. And I will be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.